Good evening. Hello. It's Paul Silva. How are you doing? I just wanted to pop in to the FBL, the Facebook Live. Something that came up today and come up for a while, and I thought I need to share this because sharing is caring. So let me tell you a little story. I'm not really much of a storyteller, but this is about H.A.L.T. So my kids are sick. So last night, I was trying to get some sleep. And when you have two kids just barking with cough, you don't get much sleep. So here's the thing. So I got up at like 2:45 this morning on purpose because I needed to get up. So I started my day very early. And the kids stayed home from school. So at about 10:30, I needed to have a nap. I was done. But when I got up, here's the thing. And this is why this is what got me thinking about H.A.L.T. Is when I got up, I was like, it felt like this weight on me. It was like this demoralizing. It's like 53 demons from 23 different levels of hell, but just momentarily, because I'm really an upbeat person. So it was this feeling of, what's the point? What are you doing? It was like this demoralizing thing. And I thought, I haven't felt like this in quite a while. And then it occurred to me. H.A.L.T. H.A.L.T. stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. And H.A.L.T. is an acronym that comes from recovery sobriety circles. And it's great for people checking in terms of their own recovery or any sort of abusive behaviors. So H.A.L.T., I thought about it and I thought, okay, hungry. Am I hungry? I ate at 3 in the morning. It was 10. Of course I'm hungry. Angry. I don't know if I was overtly, but there was something kind of internalized. So there was something going on there. Lonely. I've been cooped up with sick kids for the last couple of days. So yeah, have not been getting out very much. And tired. And that was pretty self-explanatory. So all these things came into play in like one fell swoop, right? So it was like, it hit me all at once. And once I was able to break that down, I was able to see and get into action and move through things quickly. So I just wanted to quickly explain a little bit about H.A.L.T. Oh, Nazmul, hello. Richard, Kate, so good to see you. Thanks, guys. My earpieces keep falling out. I need like glue or duct tape. I got duct tape. So hunger. Okay, so hunger, obviously food, we get cranky, we get hangry. You know what I'm saying? Hangry, H-A, you've got the H-A right there. But hunger can also be emotional. Okay, so it can be emotional hunger, something that we're craving emotionally. So keep an eye on that. But also eat. When kids don't eat, they get cranky. Same with us grown-ups. Angry. You know, this one's a bit trickier. Is there a resentment? Is there something that's kicking around in the old cabeza here that needs to be expressed? And maybe that could be something that brings us to a different place. So I'm not going to get into anger management, but obviously things like exercise or journaling or talking to someone, those are big things you can do. Lonely, you know, people in recovery especially, but you know, any of us can get isolated, can feel like no one's around for them. If you work like crazy hours, night shifts and all that, I found that I used to get kind of feeling lonely when I was leaving work at 11 or 12 at night. So lonely, are you getting out there? Are you reaching out? If you're working from home, an entrepreneur, maybe getting out to the coffee shop and all that and surrounding yourself with people. So that's another thing. And tired. That's pretty straightforward. But, you know, is it mentally tired? Are you just physically tired? All these things in different ways, and they can interact, right? If you're not eating properly, that can reduce blood sugar, that can get you upset, or it can get you tired. If you're isolated for a while, that can get you upset as well. So all these things interconnect. And the only reason I bring up H.A.L.T, okay, because this is not just for, you know, again, people in recovery. This is for any of us can sort of just do a quick scan, a quick check of how we're at. Because when something, you know, when you feel like, I don't know what's going on with me, I do that like I did today. It's doing that quick scan. And that's because, you know, it's the mind, body, spirit connection. And if you know me, and you'll probably hear me, I'm going to go on and on. You'll just like vomit every time I talk about the mind, body, spirit connection. But it's true. It's such a big thing. And so when, you know, I think of mind, body, spirit as like a stool with 3 legs. If you kind of take one of those off, or it's wobbly, or you're off kilter. And so for me, the mind, body, spirit connection is strong. And H.A.L.T actually taps into a little bit of all of those, but definitely the physical, because that is going to engage your mental and your spiritual, how you show up in those areas. So, in terms of, people, let's say in transition, and when I talk about people in transition, you'll hear me talking about that, is anyone that's kind of getting from point A to point B. And I talked about it on my last Facebook Live. You can check that out. It can be anything in life or work. So that could be, family loss or gain. It could be, moving to a big city or new city. It could be job loss, promotion, recovery, someone that's new to sobriety. It could be graduation, anything that's kind of big, but it doesn't always have to be big. I think between you and me, we're all in transition of some kind. You just don't know it, or maybe you don't want to acknowledge it. So these are the things, when we get into that muddy middle, between the ending and a new beginning, when we're in that muddy middle, we're just trying to get through the day and we're just trying to figure out what's going on. This is when this hungry, angry, lonely, tired can come in, and it can trigger us, and it can get us into a darker place than we need to be. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I thought it was just something that, was important, because it was something that happened to me, and it had been some time before I thought about it. And it's so great to be able to have a tool to just think about, where am I at this moment? And this also ties into self-care. And it's a big thing. Self-care is not just a mani-pedi and going to the spa and all these and eating kale. Somehow kale is always involved with, with self-care. But self-care is also how you look at yourself holistically, how you look at yourself as an entity that is deserving of respect and love, because you are. And so self-care is also learning to, being able to feed yourself emotionally, physically, resting. And that can also mean meditation, walks, taking breaks from the computer, the screen. That can be, rest as well. Angry, and that's more of a spiritual, mental sort of health. How are you expressing yourself? How are you showing up? And how are you reacting, or responding rather than reacting? And lonely. Are you interacting? Is there a reason why you're retreating? It's okay to be, I'm sort of an introvert. I like quiet time, but I know the difference between isolating and just kind of, chilling out. So be aware, guys. You don't have to be in any sort of transition, but it is important to just keep an eye on yourself. Take care of yourself, because you're worth it. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining. Sylvia, thank you. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.